Jonah has always watched Skibidi Toilet on his computer at CTC. And
It was a constant thing. Every single time you were supposed to be doing your work. But no, Mr. Wendland would pull up and he'd see you. He'd be like, "Is this Skibidi Toilet?" No, and he'd be like, "Yeah."
My kids watch Skibidi Toilet.
And that's what, and you had to be like, "Yeah, I do watch."
No,
Skibidi Toilet." You would like log on from your phone and you would like put it on your computer before you even sat down, so you didn't have to waste any time.
These are accusations. And
I knew you were going to say that.
This is a factual statement.
this is not factual.
This is factual.
Not in the least bit. Okay, let's clear the record. Okay, Mr. Wendland had control of the CTC computers from his desk, right? Bro, go Guardian me and put Skibidi Toilet on my desktop. This is
Well, you know what? Speaking of movies, they're making a Skibidi Toilet movie.
directed by Michael Bay.
Not. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Loud on Set podcast.
Yes.
We're just gonna do a couple intros, I guess.
Yeah, let's just go
Knock 'em
for it.
all out right now. Today we're going to be going over our top 10 movies. And they're probably all bad.
Yeah, they
To be
are.
honest.
Let's be real. They're probably film bro movies from each of us.
Yep.
I think we're all different flavors of film bro. Let's
If
be
you
real.
are a film bro and you're watching this, just keep in mind, just because your favorite movie isn't on this list doesn't mean that it's not
Bad.
good.
And just because your least favorite movie is on one of these lists, you can have your own opinion
Right.
and think it's bad.
That's why we're doing this.
That's why we're trying to open conversation between us and you, okay?
And if you ever want to come here and complain, you can just hop on the next podcast and we can do a podcast and
We can take questions. We can take questions.
yeah.
Comment below questions and we'll answer them
Episode 2 will be the live Q&A pod, okay?
live. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have an audience out and they'll be able to ask their stupid questions and we'll get to them. But stupid questions such as, why isn't the Skibidi Toilet movie on your top 10 list?
Or why haven't we started our top 10s?
Right.
Because we have to get to honorable mentions.
We do.
Why?
We're doing honorable mentions
Yeah.
first?
Yeah. Would you want to do
I
that?
know, or do you want to
that's
do it
fine.
before we get to number 1? We could do like...
Okay, if you have like Lacombe honorable mentions,
Yeah, I
name them now. But if they're like, this could have been my number one,
Okay.
don't do that now.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just get started. Let's go this way.
Okay. With honorable mentions or 10s? Our top...
Honorable mentions.
Okay.
Honorable mentions. Also, when we do top 10s, I think we should do 10, 10,
Yep,
10,
that's what we're... Yeah.
9, 9,
Yep.
9. Okay.
Okay, so I have a few honorable mentions here, and I'm just going to spill them all out at once so we can get moving. But these are all... Honorable mentions for me are not movies that I would call my favorite, but they're movies I think about all the time. Like, just they're constantly on rotation in my head. So here I have The Lighthouse. That's an honorable mention. Let's talk... I mean, it's classic.
Fortnite.
I've actually never seen The Lighthouse.
It's
or not.
It's good.
It's crazy,
so good.
dude.
It is
I've heard
really good.
a lot of good things about it.
It's remarkable, and the ending is like...
Oh.
Changed me.
Changed you. Like, okay, so like, I know what. Let's not do this for all the movies, but
Yeah.
this is just one that I genuinely have not seen.
Okay.
and I don't know the premise of it.
Okay.
Could you like give me a rundown?
For sure. So The Lighthouse is about... so there's like an island with a lighthouse, you know, that like guides the boats through the waters or whatever. And they take, I believe it's 2-month shifts, right? Okay. So it's like there are 2 people that go out onto the island for 2 months and then 2 people replace them 2 months later. And it's a constantly rotating team. And this one pairing of individuals goes onto the island and insanity between the 2 of them ensues. And it just ends in complete and utter chaos, and it's such a fun time, to be honest. It's horrifying. It is. There's one scene, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was like heart pounding. Like it made me feel upset almost, and it's great. I love
From
it.
what I've seen, it's visually beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
It's in the 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yes, which is actually what this is being shot in right now.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
All right. Hey, that's
We're basically Lighthouse.
yeah, we're basically
Also-
The Lighthouse. I'm going to go on to my second honorable mention, and I will take a little time explaining this, but we again have things to move on to. But my second honorable mention is Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Do either of you know what that is?
Heard of it? I have not seen it.
Shoot. Okay. So I'm going to make this as quick of a tangent as I can make it. This is the prequel to a TV show called Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Oh,
In the
yeah.
TV show Twin Peaks, the premise is a girl is like a 17-year-old girl, high school beauty queen, is found dead on the beach, wrapped in plastic, and they're like, "Hey, what happened to this girl?" And there are 2 seasons of it, and things happen, and I'm not going to spoil it at all. But the prequel film is following her in the last week of her life, like experiencing her POV before she gets killed, and it's like, it's good. I'm not gonna say anything more than that.
Okay.
Don't watch the prequel before you watch the show because it will spoil who the killer is. But it's like a haunting movie. It's so emotionally powerful. And then I'll just touch on the names of these other honorable mentions. I have The Shining.
That's good. That's a good.
Yep.
honorable mention.
Whiplash. And I kind of cheated for my 5th honorable mention. I just had any Quentin Tarantino movie. Because, I mean, like, like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, any of them, I enjoy them all. None of them are top 10 material, but I really do enjoy them all. So those are my honorable mentions. Jake?
There you go. I like
You
that
have the
list.
floor.
Yeah.
Okay. First honorable mention. This is really odd, probably, but Halloween Kills. I went to that movie with my dad, and I haven't seen every single Halloween movie because, like, some of them were really bad. You
Yeah,
know.
I know.
And this one actually struck me because of how gory and awesome it was. I'm not really going to spoil anything. The new one that just came out sucks, so don't watch it.
The newer trilogy, just so I get it right, is Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Halloween Ends is not that good, but Halloween Kills, it really had you like on your seat, ready to be like, what's going to happen next? And Michael Myers really showed me that he might actually be my favorite, like, slasher, you know. like-
Okay. Wow.
I think he's really good.
Better than Jason and Freddy Krueger and all that?
Jason sucks. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
In my personal opinion.
The only like slasher movie I've ever seen in my life is the first Halloween, from like
That's
1978 or whatever. it was.
Not to like interrupt your like honorable mentions, but on the topic of like slashers, can I throw in a dishonorable mention?
Go
Yeah,
for it,
ahead, go
please.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. I think this is the name of the movie. I watched it. It was so hyped up, and it was so bad. Is it? I think it's Danny Darko.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko.
Is it Donnie Darko?
Dishonorable mention, dude. I'm right there with
That
you.
movie sucks.
It's so bad.
It's
Is-
like
Do you guys okay?
okay, maybe it doesn't suck, but it's like
okay, yeah.
it does not need to be way hyped up.
Yeah, okay, here's how I feel about Donnie Darko. It's like impressively made, you know, good cinematography, okay script, whatever. The ending is not justified, I think.
Not at all.
No. Okay, we've all seen it. Can I spoil it comfortably?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So the ending is basically he doesn't want to be alive, so he like sacrifices himself so that the plane part, or if I'm remembering this correctly, the plane doesn't crash. The plane does crash and it kills him, so then he doesn't commit the crimes. Am I on the right track here? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I've not seen it in like a year. but
Okay.
I know that a plane crashed and I killed him. That's all I know.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie, instead of him being in league with the bunny and doing all these crimes, he gets killed because it's a time loop. It's like if he had reached out to anybody and gotten the proper help, he would have
He
lived.
did though, didn't he?
I don't
Didn't he? There was a lady that he was like with the whole time, and she was just like she was trying to help him, and he just like,
Well, I think it only bothers me because I think in any realistic scenario, the kid is much happier and gets away alive, but the movie is just so uncompromisingly like pessimistic.
I also think one reason that I disliked it is it's not like hard to follow, but it's like one of those things that, like, obviously, yes, when you leave a theater, I think you should have to think about a movie.
Exactly.
I think the more you think about it, the better it gets most times. But it's one of those movies where I'm just like sitting there, and especially by the end of it, I was like, I didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah. So
It didn't really do it.
yeah.
And I know it did for like a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people's like in their top 10. But it's just like, it was so disappointing because I was going into it with really high expectations.
Here's the thing. It's like, I know there are movies that like help people get through difficult times in their life. And I know for a lot of people that happens to be Donnie Darko, but it's like, if it's one of your favorite movies, that's awesome. Like, good for you. I pull nothing from it. And the more I think about it, even the more holes I can poke in it and the less I enjoy it. So that's just personally how I feel about Donnie Darko. I'm right there with you.
I'm in the middle. I liked it, but I don't.
That's fine.
Well, you are actually in the middle.
He's quite literally in the middle of the...
But like again,
Yeah.
but with Jake Gyllenhaal, do people actually hate him though? That's like my question.
No, I thought he was good.
I've heard
He did a good job.
He did a great job.
I'm just like confused on what people, because I've heard so many people online hate him as an actor.
Just because don't dislike him.
Well, just
Mo,
like
he's
people
great.
online,
Have
I'm
you
saying,
seen
it's
Prisoners?
like, I hate,
Or
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm saying he has so many good movies.
He's got great movies. I love Jake
I just
Gyllenhaal.
don't know what.
I don't think anyone that dislikes Donnie Darko is like, man, I wish Jake Gyllenhaal did
Yeah,
a better
no,
job.
my problems are not with the acting. It's
No,
more
no.
about like the character of Donnie
Yes. That's
himself.
true.
Yeah. It's just like I write pessimistic stories. I think there's a time and a place for that, but like, do we need to go that far? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't. That's just how I feel personally. But that's a great dishonorable mention. We should do a list of like negative top 10 films.
That's a good one. Yes.
But that's for another day. Stick
Yeah.
around.
All right. Carry away.
All right, my second one is Parasite. That was
Oh.
that should have been in my top 10.
Hey, I'm not going to spoil my top 10, but maybe we can save the Parasite conversation for later. You know what?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
This might come back in another angle of this conversation.
Another
So
one is The Harder They Fall. It's on Netflix. I don't know. If
I
you've
have
ever seen
heard
it.
that name.
It's so good. It's like about black people. It's, okay, I didn't know what. Else.
Yeah, dude.
It's about black people.
Grand Budapest Hotel. It's about white people. Yeah, dude.
But like, it's set in like the country, and it's kind of like they're trying to be like cowboys and everything. They're like robbers and. All right.
You are not.
All right. Okay. Skipping it. Okay.
It's like Southern.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't really like tell you what's going on. Really.
That's okay.
It's really
Is
just.
it very
gonna-
like cultural
Yes.
as well?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. Is it on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll watch it.
The acting is really good too.
Okay.
You had me at black people.
All right. My last one is Up.
Up top, dude. Give me some.
That joke was bad.
No, it wasn't even a joke. I just want a high five from you.
Up top. My bad. Okay. There we go. That was like a childhood film, man.
Dang.
Heck yeah.
That was emotional, dude.
The first 10 minutes gonna make me cry over here, dude.
What was her name? Ellie?
Ellie and Carl.
Dude. No, that is sad.
And then like
And
It's
then
like the transition where when she's like tying his tie and it cuts to
stop
his
it.
bow tie.
okay, and the music though?
Oh, Michael Giacchino is like the master of music in general. It
Dude, why isn't Disney like this now? Or was that Disney?
was Pixar.
Okay. No, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, there's this movie and I literally always forget the name. It's coming out. It's either out or it comes out later this month. It's about this little robot. We may have talked about this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Is it called the Wild?
The Wild Robot.
Not Inside Out 2. What are you talking about? The Wild Robot?
Wild Robot. Yes. And I honestly I don't know much about the movie, but I've seen the trailer. There's multiple trailers. I've seen them, and I really, really hope it performs well in the box office because we need more movies like that. We need more movies that aren't like adaptations of games or other movies or sequels. We're not talking about the. I know what you wanted to talk about.
What did you think I wanted to talk?
Minecraft movie.
No, I was gonna say I heard
Steve.
I am placing.
I am placing blocks. Okay, wait, no.
I was gonna say I've heard the Borderland movie is like an
I
all-time
heard
awful
so
movie.
No, but so actually, this is what a lot of like older films, like especially animated ones.
Older
Are-
how? Like
I'm saying like early 2000s and like 90s as well
okay,
are based off of books.
right.
Which this movie is also based off of a book, and I love that they're not taking like it's not super cartoony. It's not like your traditional Pixar, Disney animation style, nor is it hyper real.
Mm-hmm.
They're going for like a truly stylized look.
That's
And
great.
it's its own thing.
Yeah.
And I really hope it performs well because we need more movies that are going to be like that, especially animated. Because with where we are in animation as well, and like 3D softwares, we can make almost anything, like visually.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people are when they're writing scripts a lot of the time, and I'm sure I've said this before. I don't know to you guys. I've definitely said it before that movies, like when you're writing a script and you're going through your storyboard as well, you should not be setting up shots and part of your story being like, oh, I'm going to use CGI here, or how can I use CGI to make this shot better? You're going to look at your shot and you're just going to write it from your imagination. And if CGI can assist you in doing that and helping you actually tell your story rather than being like, how can I use CGI for this? That's where we need to kind of like lean more towards. And right now I feel like a lot of the industry is just kind of CGI crazy. And a lot of the times the bad CGI will come from artists just not having enough time.
Well, I wish George Lucas had heard you say that before he made the prequel trilogy. I'm not going to lie to you. You said about, like, how can I use CGI here, how you shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, I talked to my friend Dylan about this, and Dylan might honestly be watching this.
Hi, Dylan.
Or was it Dylan? Dylan or Will? They'll probably both be watching this.
Hello.
I said that when Kylo Ren was first shown on screen, like his first, like, 3 minutes of screen time, when he, like, stopped the blaster bullet with the Force, dude, he was so cool.
Yeah.
He was so sick.
It was awesome.
And then they ruined him by
you know what?
taking off his mask.
That's kind of true. I don't mind the sequels. I don't go back and rewatch them, but I'm not, like, offended like most people are.
Yeah, I'm not offended either. I don't know. It definitely could have been taken a better direction. I think the throne room scene with Snoke, I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I think the way the little red dudes like fought was a little goofy. I don't know if you've ever seen that in slow-mo. They're just like, they do not know how to fight. Dog.
Oh,
no, but
unfortunately.
I did think that scene was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was definitely some like, it wasn't all garbage. There was definitely some like good parts in it.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think it was like terrible too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting really sidetracked. We should start our lists.
Okay.
But you had,
I didn't actually write any down.
okay.
Slicker.
Sorry.
All right.
So am I starting with my number 10?
That's the face that I saw when I looked. Night starting number 10.
Shut up. Okay. Woo. Yeah, all right. Get our heads back in the game. Okay. Am I starting with my number 10?
Stop.
All right. My number 10 is an action classic.
Ooh.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
My number 10 is Die Hard.
Ooh, Christmas movie.
Christmas movie. And it is a Christmas movie. This is not a debate. I just rewatched this today to confirm that it was a top 10, and it still is, and it's also a Christmas movie, but it's like impeccably well shot. It's one of the few movies where I can actually point to the lighting and be like, there are interesting things happening here. Because lighting is one of the things I tend to notice last, to be fully honest. And it's just like every shot is
How we
like,
forgot lights.
yeah, like how we forgot lights for this shoot. You can really tell that the last thing I think about is lighting. But no, it's just have either of you seen it?
I've seen clips. I'm sorry.
Same. I'm on the same boat.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Hey, remember we said
what?
Not everybody has seen every movie. Not everyone likes the same
I know.
movies.
I know.
Okay? It's okay.
But like I know you and I have an expectation of you and you're not meeting I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm messing with you, dude. But Die Hard is classic. Bruce Willis is great. John McTiernan is a great director. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. If neither of you have seen it, so Jake, what's your number 10?
Okay. Mine is Good Will Hunting.
Yes, I love Good Will
I've heard of it. I've never actually seen it.
Dude,
It's so good. It's so sad.
I consider that for both top 10 and honorable mentions.
Really?
But I've only seen it once, and I thought that was kind of unfair.
Well, another reason why I put it in my top 10 is because Robin Williams, dude.
He's
probably
great.
one of my favorite actors.
Oh, yeah.
Besides the other one that you know. Okay, never mind.
Wait, don't tell me.
Okay, let's just. The cinematography was amazing in that. I was really thinking hard.
I'm thinking a little hard. I don't know who your other. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Okay, yeah.
Matt Damon. He was super young. And
Ben Affleck too. Yeah,
Really? Oh, I didn't know.
that's his friend. The one that's like, if you're still here in 20 years, I'm gonna kill you. It's him.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and
It's great.
Yeah, it's just that Matt Damon was like I don't know if you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Do you want me to like tell you the?
Give me a basic run.
Don't spoil too much about
He's
it.
just like he's a student. He's like really smart. He's got a high level IQ, and isn't like the professor trying to help him out?
Well, he's like a janitor at the
He's MIT.
Yeah, so Matt Damon is a janitor at like MIT, but he's really high level IQ, but he like doesn't believe it that he can be like
I think I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
And then he gets arrested,
Mhm.
and then Robin Williams comes in and tries to like help him out with stuff.
Mhm.
It's just really sad. So
It's really
It's-
sad.
it's a good movie. So
No,
I'm a
it's
sucker for Robin Williams.
me too. But like it is I'm realizing more and more as I watch movies that I do actually like movies that like tug at the heartstrings,
right.
and that this movie does it so well. It is so well made. I love it. It's great. Yeah.
My number 10, Transformers 5. No, I'm kidding.
I was actually like,
Why was I actually not shocked for a second? I'm messing with you.
No, okay. So my number 10 is 1917.
Dude. Yeah, that's a great movie.
I've seen it 4 times now.
Okay.
I just love. Okay, first of all, I'm kind of like a sucker for like history class. I love history class. We actually watched it in my history class.
Oh, no
Like a
kidding.
goofy projector, but like it was still the experience was still good. I think the best way I've watched it. So have both of you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay. The best way I watched it, my brother has like this really, really high quality TV. It's like OLED, and then he has like a nice surround
Oh,
speaker
nice.
system in his room. And I remember there was the one scene when he walks up. I think so that he walks up to like the burning building,
The cathedral or
Yeah,
whatever.
cathedral.
Yeah.
yeah. And like you can hear he gets shot at.
Mhm.
You can actually like in surround sound because it has like Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
You can like hear the bullet like whizzing behind you, and dude.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, it is so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes of that movie, and just like the actual like creative process that went into making them able to achieve one long take
Mhm.
for the entire film. That's definitely just like something I'd like to see more of.
Mhm.
Like people like solving their problems in unique ways that you've never really
Definitely.
seen before. And I mean, it's like you could be like, yeah, they used like CGI and clever cuts, but like still most of the takes were really, really.
Really long, like 10-minute takes or
Yeah.
even longer, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a phenomenal movie.
Yep.
I'm not gonna spoil too much about it. If
It's
you haven't
great.
seen it, please go see it.
I've only seen it I think I saw it the year it came out, and that was the only time I saw it. But I'm due for a rewatch because I remember really liking it. Yeah. We could all watch it together after Good Will Hunting.
Dude, that's facts.
It's
And
kind
then
of
after
Transformers 5.
Yeah, Die Hard, because neither of you have seen Die Hard. You're both criminals. Okay.
1917. Dude, the first time I saw that movie, I was just amazed. Like the cinematography.
Oh yeah,
the acting,
Roger Deakins, dude. The cinematography by Roger Deakins is
All right.
it's nuts. My number 9. Yep, my
Number 9.
number 9 now. My number 9 is the one I was telling you I had rewatched to make sure it was a top 10, and it skyrocketed from like low honorable mention to a top 10 movie. It's this good. My number 9 is
On the floor.
it's on the floor. My number 9 is The Social Network.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
I would have never thought.
You know, I think it used to be on my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember we did a top 10 in, I don't know, maybe my sophomore year. And, well, I remember a lot of, like, I think I had a Marvel movie on my top 10. It was Doctor Strange. It was the first Doctor Strange.
Okay. All right.
And I remember The Social Network was up there.
Yeah.
It is a very good movie.
Mhm.
If I actually wrote my honorable mentions, I think it would be on there.
Yeah. So the thing that got me on the rewatch is I don't know if either of you know who this is, but the music is done by the two guys that are in the band Nine Inch Nails. And I hate Nine Inch Nails with a burning passion. Their music is just hot garbage, and you guys can fight me in the comments if you want. But the soundtrack for The Social Network is like impeccable, dude. It's like you've seen it.
I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's yeah. I'm sure you've heard it, but yeah, but like the soundtrack, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
No, dude. Speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, have you seen, like, dude?
He's a lizard.
No, have you seen him now, dude?
No.
He's like pimped out.
Is he really?
Like you know how like he normally would just like wear the same outfit every day,
Yeah.
but he like changed his outfit. So he wears the same outfit every day. It's just different. He has like a black T-shirt. He has like a chain now.
Oh,
He got
wow.
a perm.
Wow.
And like, dude, no, he's like bro got an update.
The Zuck.
Zuck got an update.
Have you seen that video where he's like on a live stream and someone says, "Give me the Zuck"?
He's like, I'll try my best.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain what that means. Zuck with 2 C's.
Wait, hold up. I know this is like actually chronically online to be doing this in the middle of a podcast, but like, hold up. His name is Zuck on Instagram, by the way.
ZUCC.
No, there's a K.
Oh, bummer.
Dude, no, I don't even know where it went. He was like, dude, look at him. He's like, well, hold on, he's pimped out now. Hold up.
Dude,
No, watch. He like, I know you guys can't see this, but like,
maybe we can overlay.
maybe we can. He like fights people in this, dog. Look, he's like, that's the Zuck, bro.
What
Look
is he
at him.
doing?
He's doing stunts. Look, he pulls out a katana here, dude.
He's got way too much time and money. I'm gonna be real. He should do
I
something.
know, bro got an update.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry, that was a crazy side.
No, that's okay. Anyway, the Social Network is just, it's great. You know what's interesting about it is that it kind of feels almost like a thriller, and that's because it's directed by the same guy as like Seven and Fight Club and all that. So it's, yeah, David Fincher.
There's a movie that I think will give the same vibes that's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out. It's
Is it the Saturday Night movie?
no.
Oh.
It's a what is it called?
That movie looks great.
It's about Donald Trump.
Oh, The Apprentice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
No.
they actually like they make him look like a supervillain. Here's the thing: is this isn't like I'm not trying to be political.
Right.
I think instead of like saying that he's a supervillain in the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have like you said, kind of like how they made the Social Network feel like a thriller.
Right.
I think they should have done that visually and audibly,
Mm-hmm.
like music and
Yeah.
how they shoot things rather than like just being like
Yeah, the part of the reason I noticed that Mark Zuckerberg feels like what he's doing on screen is villainous is because the soundtrack sounds so grimy
I
and
know,
like
right? It really lets
yeah.
you get the perspective of like other people in that story.
yeah.
Like if you're viewing it from the perspective of like I'm just like an everyday citizen and I don't know what's happening. I just see
Mhm.
Mark Zuckerberg. He's all right. He's a little
yeah.
But then like you see the inside of it,
Mhm.
and then like it does have a good score.
It-
Now that I think of it, it does
Yes,
have a really
it
good
has a
score.
great score.
All right, number 9.
9. Okay.
Number 9? Numbers come to beat.
Number 9.
It's like a small film. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. I mentioned it.
It's called Blade Runner.
It's called Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah, it's a bit of an indie project. You guys probably haven't heard of it. Oh my god.
Alright,
Sorry, go ahead. What's your number 9?
Pokemon Detective Pikachu. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
On the count of 3.
you have talked about this to me before. Yes.
It is a. It's not a really known, like a well-known film, and it's like about 2 guys who want to kill themselves. I'm sorry, is that supposed to
Bro.
be, like, on-
No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
Okay.
You've just been having some out of pocket.
Yeah. It's about black people. It's about people trying to kill themselves.
Okay. 2 guys that want to commit suicide,
Yes.
There we go.
and they're best friends, and they want to do it on the same day.
Oh,
They want to spend
Cute.
their last day together, doing as much crap as they can, and getting like back at society for what they've like dealt with. Their teacher, their boss.
like
Oh,
so sad because at the ending is so sad.
is it?
So do they actually both kill themselves?
I'm not telling
Oh.
They probably get hit by like a bus or something. Doesn't?
Oh no, they realize they don't want to die, and then like
They
they
die.
die.
Yeah. That's like so Seinfeld. He's like, yeah,
It's Looney Tunes.
yeah. Do they get like?
They
They get hit by anvils and stuff.
This guy, the sound effects.
Dude, I saw someone selling a 300-pound anvil on Marketplace.
Was it Wile E. Coyote?
No,
This damn anvil doesn't work. Hasn't killed that stupid roadrunner yet.
no, dude, I saw it like a week ago, and the dude was selling it for like $1,500.
That's what am I gonna do with a 300-pound anvil that I paid $1,500 for? Not only am I out $1,500, I got a 300-pound anvil that I can't put anywhere.
You can drop it on your enemies.
Yeah, I could hoist it up with rope and drop it on my worst enemies.
My goodness.
Drop it on the podcast ops. Gosh, put me down.
Are we ready for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know if you were done. Let's see. My number nine.
Number nine?
Number nine?
Damn it.
Is,
I meant poop.
Isle of Dogs.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that? Really? Okay. So it's in the same style as Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, it's very stop motion.
It's also it's made by Wes Anderson.
Yep.
As well.
Mhm.
It's made by Wes, and it follows the story of these stray dogs. I haven't seen it in a minute. I've only watched it a few times, but that's just a testament to how good it is, considering the first time I watched it was in the hallway in a study hall on a school Chromebook.
That's wild. You're wild for that.
Yeah. No, and it was really, really good. I love that style, and it doesn't feel like Fantastic Mr. Fox either, because I know that was like a lot of people's issue with it. But I don't know. It's just a really, really good film. It has a stacked cast.
Oh, it's
as
insane.
well.
It's like Bryan Cranston and Jeff Goldblum and
It's
like
good.
it's crazy. I think my problem with Isle of Dogs, and not to say that it's too dissimilar to Fantastic Mr. Fox, but it just feels dark in a way that I don't want it to.
Yeah,
You know?
especially because it's like dogs.
Yeah. It's like cats, yeah. But dogs, I don't want to see dogs die.
Yeah, no, I think especially with Bryan Cranston, his dog. What's
I feel like they're all like generic like spots and stuff. I don't know.
But his dog in the movie like is so worn down too. He's like a very, very like distraught looking dog.
They're hard to look at.
And his voice too, the way it just like each person's voice fits the dog and their voice so well.
Especially Bill Murray's.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. No, it's a good film. If
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, you definitely give it a watch.
Mhm.
It's I mean the fact that I saw it on a Chromebook and it's on my top 10 is
That's real.
it's very, 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 very good. Very, very good script.
I went through an insanely heavy Wes Anderson phase, and it's the more I watch by him, the more I kind of get overwhelmed. And I feel like Isle of Dogs was the last Wes Anderson movie to come out where I wasn't overwhelmed. Like to this day, the only Wes Anderson movie.
Asteroid City, dude.
Well, I actually made it through it.
Good, but like
Yeah.
there's a lot.
No, the only Wes Anderson movie I haven't watched front to back is French Dispatch, because every time I put it on, there's so much happening on the screen and in the sound, like the soundtrack and the audio.
Yeah.
It like hurts my brain to watch, and it's not fun anymore. It's like I prefer his older movies where they're like the shots are symmetrical, whatever you want to say about Wes Anderson movies, but like
What if they did Isle of Dogs, but like the same way they did like Air Bud?
what are you talking about right now?
Air Bud.
Please elaborate.
You know what Air Bud?
I know what Air Bud is, but you mean like live action? You're a madman.
Joking. I'm
Okay, good.
joking.
So,
Okay.
do you want to hear my number 8?
No.
Number 8.
My number 8 is Fantastic Mr. Fox by
Oh,
Wes Anderson.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about
Back to
convenient.
back.
Yeah, so I feel like we don't have to get too
That would
heavy.
have been on
into
my
this.
honorable.
Yeah. But it's my animated movie. The one animated movie on my list, and it's just immaculate. It has such a fall aesthetic, and I sound like a really Pumpkin Spice Girl saying that, but I own it. I love watching claymation leaves changing, and I think the color palette of that movie is immaculate. Like the oranges and browns and reds.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain my love for that movie, because it's been with me since I was like, probably since it came out. But literally, I've probably been watching it since I was like 3 years old. But
It's
I think the style that both my number 9 and your number 8 are in really do both of the stories justice, because I do think if it was filmed any other way, whether it was full CGI or, God forbid, live action, I don't think also if you took the story of Fantastic Mr. Fox and you made him like a human and it was
It doesn't
live action, it just wouldn't work. And I think that style is something that I missed from Wes Anderson movies that you haven't seen in a long time from him. And I do hope they do something in that style again.
Yeah.
I
I hope he does too. I like his early live action work because it's, like I said, it's almost like after Fantastic Mr. Fox, he tried to be that cartoony but in live action.
Yeah.
I think that's how I feel about it. Like, so Fantastic Mr. Fox came out, and then Moonrise Kingdom, and then Grand Budapest Hotel. And when Grand Budapest Hotel came out, like, all the caps were off. He just did whatever he wanted to because it won like 8 Oscars or whatever, and he felt like he could do whatever he wanted to. But yeah, that's my spiel about Wes Anderson. There's no more Wes Anderson on my
What I
list.
do want to point out is that, like, when you're a kid watching
Mhm.
Fantastic Fox, like, you get a different vibe when you're older.
Oh, for
It's just,
sure.
like, it's just weird.
More hits you when you're older, because when you're a kid, you relate to like Ash and those
You
characters.
don't really know what's kind of happening as a kid,
Mhm.
unless you're like really into movies. But like once you're like our age,
Yeah.
you watch it again. It's kind of like
Like,
It hits. Yeah, I certainly did not know what was happening in that movie as a kid. I thought some of the scenes were cool. You know, like the scene where the dog chases them. I was like, yeah.
I actually have another animated movie on my list
Oh.
that kind of gives me the same vibe as you were talking about, where it's like when you rewatch it as an adult, you're like, this hits.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
you should-
Yeah, we're still recording it.
I know it just like scares me.
It scares
Yeah,
me
I saw
too.
that, I'm like, oh, shoot.
No, it's just a screensaver. We're good. But Jake, would you like to get into your number 8?
You have notes, dude.
Yeah,
That's sick.
Notes on notes. I had notes on notes, and then I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna put it on a notepad.
my number 8 is The Goonies.
Yes.
The Gooners.
The Edgies and the Goonies. You know, I really prefer the prequel, The Edgies. Oh my God.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yes.
Because it's a classic. There's a lot of young actors that are like older now.
Dude, Josh Brolin is in the Goonies. The guy-
What?
Yeah. He's a kid in the Goonies. Sean.
I actually haven't seen The Goonies since last time I watched it. I don't know. I can't give you a year,
Mm-hmm.
but I watched it on DVD.
Same.
So that
Yeah, no, the Goonies scared me as a kid because in like that first scene, someone pretends to like hang themselves and then they shoot people, and I was like, I'm so out. This is scary, and I'd like,
sets a very odd tone for the rest.
it does, it really does.
That the rest of the movie doesn't really carry.
Right.
Exactly.
Seeing that the Chinese guy,
I know.
Oh yeah.
won the award, dude, and I was like, dude,
That was
like
sick.
10, I watched him on the Goonies,
Mhm.
and seeing him in like that old.
And then he won an Oscar.
That's so-
I still
Bro, genuinely, like I feel like he like disappeared.
no, yeah,
years.
no. So that kid was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and he was in the Goonies. He disappeared, and then he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I still haven't seen.
What else was he in after that? Because
I legitimately could not tell you.
he was in Loki, which I have my own opinions about.
I don't have opinions on the Marvel stuff anymore.
No, that's the thing is I genuinely think that it's out of the like I don't just to clarify I don't have anything Marvel related on my top 10. But no, I genuinely do think Loki was a very very good show because it was out of the universe. You don't have to do homework to watch it. You know, you don't have to watch like every movie before.
Homework
understand
sucks,
the
dude.
score.
Yeah.
It's
You don't need to homework to watch like Transformers. You know what I mean? Okay, clearly the joke didn't land. So let's
okay. Continue.
yeah.
Oh, I have the floor.
For you.
All right, my number 8. Where did I put my number 8? Okay, I gotta preface some stuff about this before I say the movie name.
Okay.
I've only seen this movie once.
That
It's
good.
not my
Huh?
top 10.
Okay.
The reason it's not higher on my top 10, and I know if my brother's watching this, I know he'd be kind of pissed at me that it's this low on my top 10.
Right.
The only reason it's this low is because I feel like I don't know enough about it to justify putting it higher. And it would almost feel wrong if I put it higher because I feel like I'd be like a faking
Yeah.
it. But the fact that I've only seen it once and it is such a good movie that it is on my top 10.
I have a guess.
Interstellar.
Oh, I was gonna say Oppenheimer because your brother is like.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Interstellar is great.
Interstellar is a great movie. The soundtrack is fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Just like the concepts that like you walk out of the theater and it's like one of those movies that like the more you think about it, the more you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
When you actually think about like, especially like the way I'm a sucker for movies that involve like time working differently.
Yeah.
And that is definitely one of them.
Interstellar kills me,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a heartbreaker.
It is. Well, like I said, I love movies that like tug at my heartstrings. Interstellar is like the prime example of that. Yeah. Him watching the video clips of his kids getting older I'm like getting chills on my neck thinking about it.
When he like goes, when he comes back to like, I think he comes back to Earth and like his like daughter is all grown up now, and she doesn't want anything to do with him.
Oh,
And
it's
like,
rough. Yeah, he visits her on her deathbed.
and she doesn't want.
Yeah, and
That's
and she's like,
she didn't want him there, did she? Because she was like, "You've been gone from my life." So
she was like, she's like, I mean, you were cool while you were here, but now I've got my own family.
yeah.
And it kills me, man. I can't. I'm getting chills. I can't think about this anymore. It hurts.
All right.
Okay.
Number 7.
My number 7. I have seen this movie 2 times. One time was similar to your Isle of Dogs experience. I watched it during 2 open hours on my MacBook. I had a DVD from the library. I watched this in possibly the lowest res quality. You could watch it on the first time.
Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs.
Are you actually?
No. And I had to rewatch it in like Magnum 4K to get like the good experience. But my number 7 is Blade Runner 2049.
Oh,
I
disintegrates.
Shut up, dude. But like, there's a feeling I get when I think about Blade Runner 2049, and I can't explain it. To be fully honest, there's like something like an emotion that this movie makes me feel that I can't verbalize. In other words, it makes me feel a certain way. No, I'm just saying like it's the. I'm just saying it's like the perfect mix between like melancholy and like action packed and like an intellectual movie. Like it makes you think, and like all these together, like the Harrison Ford subplot where he's like sometimes in order to love somebody you have to leave them behind. Have you seen Blade Runner 2049? Okay. But you know when Harrison Ford's at the casino and he's like, sometimes in order to love somebody, you have to say goodbye. It haunts me, dude. It's so sad.
Dang, not to scare you guys, but we can only record for 44 more minutes.
Oh,
Shoot.
Which should be good because I set a timer to the.
oh, okay. Yeah, we can speed this along.
Right.
No, but we're on a good pace.
I think we are
because we were yapping for a bit.
We were yapping.
What did we start at?
No. I set a timer at the same amount of time. We have 42 minutes.
What was our original like?
It was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, so we are on good pace. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So you're number 7. I've said all I have to say about Blade Runner. It's chilling. It's great. I love it.
All right, my number 7 is The Creator.
Guys, that was like a TikTok accent, bro.
TikTok accent.
Yeah, it's like my number 7
Yeah.
has to be The Creator.
But you got to do like the loop thing, and that's why my number.
My number 7 is The Creator.
All right. So I just feel like it's like similar to Blade Runner a little bit.
Can you explain the premise because I'm not entirely sure what it's about.
All right, so
I know it's about like AI and
it's
stuff.
about a guy who lost his wife, and it's robots taking over the world basically. And it's humans versus robots. That's literally the whole point. And this guy kind of switches teams. He's like, you know what? I like a robot. I like being on the robot side because it was a kid that's a robot, and she's like the destruction. Like she's like a bomb. So if like basically
This child was the bomb.
basically.
Whoa.
Not like that.
All
No.
right.
Okay.
So he has to like protect her and stuff, and really just the cinematography is great.
Yeah.
The acting is good.
I'm gonna have to, it's on like
Do you know
Hulu or something.
John David Washington?
Yeah, he was in Tenet. Yeah.
He's a fantastic movie.
Yes. The part of the end when they move forwards and backwards.
Have you heard the Tenet soundtrack?
I've seen the movie.
Well, no. Have you like listened to
No.
it, dude? It's definitely worth a listen outside of just watching the movie.
Okay.
Let me tell you that.
Well,
Continue.
anyway, I
So
digress.
it's just sorry. A kid is a bomb. Not really, but she's just like a. I don't even know how to describe it, but he's just trying not to like get the humans to kill her because
Okay.
she's a kid, so he feels bad.
Right.
You know those movies.
Yeah, tale as old as time. Try not to explode children. It's,
Yeah, they feel bad when they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't explode any more kids.
It's
Government.
It's emotional. It's cinematic.
Yeah.
Action
sure.
packed. It's pretty good.
What more could you want?
Right.
All right, you're number 7.
Okay. This might be controversial.
Is it Transformers 5?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the fourth one.
the last night.
No. Okay. Dude, I have to put this on there because I am such a sucker for jazz music. I put La La Land as my number 7.
Okay, I was gonna say Whiplash, but they're both Soul.
Oh.
Soul's also good.
Too. No, I don't even. I'm not going to explain the plot of La La Land. Everyone's seen La La Land.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you have 99.99% seen La La Land. What are you talking
I
about?
heard him say literally me. No, but it's a fantastic movie. I'm also like a big sucker for like musicals and plays and stuff like that, and the way that they will just have like random dance numbers. And I actually have also, for a project one time, dissected the movie in like the way the actual color works in the movie.
Yeah, you showed me that.
And it was, dude, it's such a good movie. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about it more because I could talk about it for a while. But yeah. Number 6.
My number 6 is a little South Korean picture.
So I was there.
It's from South Korea. It's just hey, it's from Singapore. You can cut that.
I'm not.
What?
This is one long take.
No, that's awful. My number 6 is Parasite. Yeah,
Talking about that earlier.
we mentioned it earlier.
I've never. Wait, have I? I feel like I have.
Korean people.
I feel like if
The thing is, I feel like I maybe have seen clips because I feel like if I've seen it, I'd remember.
that's what I was just gonna say. So basically, the premise is that there's a super poor family that need work, and one of them like fakes a college degree so that he can get a job tutoring.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen this?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen parts of it.
Have you had the ending spoiled for you?
Not that I remember.
Okay, good. Because the ending of this movie,
It is so good.
it goes
It's insane.
off the rails. No, okay, so I'm not going to spoil it.
No.
But do you know the scene where a certain character comes back and then the door opens?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm getting actual... Oh, it's like... It's the most horrified I've ever been watching a movie because the tone switches from comedy to thriller just like I can't snap. It's insane. And then the rest of the movie is like both funny and thrilling and like horror-ish. It's crazy. That one shot, again, no spoilers, but the shot of the man's eyes peering over the top of the stairs. Do you remember this?
Oh wait, yeah.
And his eyes are like super wide. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, kind of a dark comedy thriller. Definitely worth the watch. It's
Has you on the edge of your seat.
had me gooning. Yeah, let's just put it out there. Okay.
Throw them all out there.
Yeah, while we're doing it, you know.
Okay. You're number 6, Jake.
All right. You actually don't know much Teddy Brooks, but it's Minari.
I saw parts of
You
it.
said you watched it, and you
I
said
saw
you liked
I saw parts of it. So,
another Korean movie.
Yep.
And it's about a poor family who lived in Korea.
no, all I'm saying is the trends in these South Korean movies are very self-evident.
Have you ever been to South Korea?
No, but both the South Korean movies we've talked about are about poor families.
Right. But these people moved to America to, settle in a new life. And strange things happen. I mean, not strange, but just like...
Definitely not Stranger Things.
Just continue, dude. Continue.
It just ruins everything.
Might as well just stop recording.
I'm sorry, everybody.
It is very sad, and especially the ending is just... I'm not going to spoil it, but it is really sad. It's just these families go through a lot, especially the dad. And they're just trying to, like, every day they're doing the same thing out in the... I'm not even gonna say it.
Out in the field.
Hey, what?
You guys...
Hey, dude, one sec. And that's why I love South Koreans.
We are not putting that in.
We are.
Dog.
We got to cut that out. I'm sorry.
It is very cinematic, though. It's really emotional.
Yeah.
So I think you should rewatch it.
Okay.
You watched it for a little bit, but you stopped.
I did stop watching it. it really had nothing to do with the movie. It's like I had relatives over and we were all trying to watch it, but when you have relatives over from out of town, it's like it's hard to watch stuff.
The actor in this is Steve Yeun.
Steve Yeun? Yeah.
He recently played in that one Beef Netflix show.
Oh
That's a good show. Have you ever seen it?
no, but I've browsed.
Yeah,
Netflix.
and he's played in The Walking Dead too. So
Yeah.
he's pretty good. He's
Good actor. Cool. All right.
Okay. My number 6, and also the last animated film. Does anyone else have any more animated films?
No.
Let me check my cellular device.
I don't have any more anime.
Okay, so this is the last animated film on all of our lists. This one holds a special place in my heart. I remember watching it as a kid, thinking it was haha funny because it's an animated film. And then watching it back, it's not like deep. You don't like think about it like when you watch it when you're older.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely one of those movies where you're like, this still holds up.
Yeah.
My number 6 is Rango.
I've never seen it.
Never seen Rango.
That is so good.
You've never seen Rango. Okay, so let me just like give you like the basic premise, right? So Johnny Depp is this lizard.
I'm in.
He's so he's this little lizard, and it opens with him being like very over dramatic, over the top. He's in his little cage, right? He's in his little like pen because he's a pet, and he's on his owner is on a road trip, and they go. I think they swerve or go over a bump or something, and basically his entire enclosure like goes out the window and shatters, and he's in the middle of the desert. And then basically from there on, it just turns into like a western.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is a phenomenal movie. How they actually did the voiceovers in it too. It wasn't just them in a booth. They actually had the actors in not on like super detailed sets, but basically act out the scenes as they were going to do the voiceovers.
Yeah.
So they'd get all the voice actors together, and like if they were sitting at a table, they'd all actually be sitting at a table.
That's
They'd
what-
run through their scenes.
The behind the scenes of that is
Really, really good. I remember seeing the behind the scenes on like the commentary version of it when I had it on DVD when I was a kid.
Nice.
No, but it's a really, really good movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I know it's supposed to be really good. I just haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5.
My number 5. I've watched this with Jake before. Do you know what it is? Let me just explain the premise first. Okay. Let's build up interest because I don't think you would have seen this one. There's a man who is really down on his luck and has no money. So he creates a scheme to kidnap his wife and have his father-in-law pay the ransom. And it all goes horribly wrong. My number 5 is Fargo.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's cinema supreme, dude. It's
Okay.
So the man hires these two people to take care of the job, kidnap his wife.
Yeah.
And they do, but through separate incidents, they accidentally end up killing a cop. So now they have like more police on their trail, and it has one of the most crazy ending sequences of all time with the chipper shredder.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's gross and dark, but it's legitimately funny too. It's directed by the Coen brothers, No Country for Old Men and Hail Caesar and stuff. But I find it really, really funny. So I watch it all the time. It's good. And the TV show that's based off of it is like goated TV. It's better than all. I had.
show, right?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, I haven't seen Breaking Bad or any of that, but I had Jackson watch it, and Jackson has seen Breaking Bad, and he said that the second season of Fargo is like one of the greatest things. Yeah, yeah,
Probably watch that.
you should.
But I want to before we go to
Mhm.
top 5, I want to say something about Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I want to actually
Get into a
I
conversation.
would
Yeah,
say- I feel like we should make an episode of like good and bad TV shows.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a top 10,
But, like-
going through like good and bad
Right.
TV shows, explaining
Why?
right. Definitely.
So I have an honorable mention in between this. 'cause
Okay.
I was
So do you want
for
to
a top 5?
do your honorable and then your number 5?
Honorable mention for a top 5 was Misery.
I've read the book. I haven't seen the movie.
Really?
The book is bonkers, though. Have you read the book?
Yeah.
Dude, the book and the movie are different.
I mean, both are amazing. I mean, the
the book is phenomenal. Stephen King is a madman, and I would never want to meet him ever.
Have you seen the thing about like how like quick he writes his novels?
Yeah,
too?
because he has a deadline where like every day, every single day of his life,
pages.
he has to write 6 pages or 2,000 words, either of those, and he hits that deadline every day. So he pumps out like 2 novels a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Anyway, I digress. Continue.
I mean, it's just a guy. I haven't watched in a while, but
Yeah,
it's a guy who like gets injured, right?
yeah.
Isn't he a cop?
No, he's a famous author.
Author, and he it's something about his leg, right?
Well, don't spoil it, but I can explain it if you want, because I remember the book vividly. It's a famous author gets there's like a blizzard going on, and his car like flips, and the person who saves him from the car accident happens to be a big fan of this author's books, and keeps him prisoner until he finishes his book series specifically for her. And
It's so creepy.
it is so creepy, and some really demented stuff happens,
It's
dude.
not good.
Yeah,
Have you seen like I think it happened like a week ago. They did like not the Oscars, but
like
The VMAs.
yeah, and it was her like the lady that played. I don't think.
oh, Kathy Bates.
Yeah, it was her Homeland. The guy that played Homelander, and the guy that played the
Blow a train.
Breaking Bad or whatever.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so cool.
Yeah, yummers. Just nobody come back pregnant. You guys seen that? Right could spew good.
Blow a train.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
He's like, jump.
Yeah.
No, I'm not asking anymore.
That's like the shot of him crying in the movie theater or whatever. Gosh.
Okay.
What is The Boys even about
It's
anyway?
a good show.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have grounds I refuse to watch The Boys. I refuse.
Okay.
Anyway,
Back on topic.
Top 5 is the Iron Claw.
Ooh,
I've heard that's good.
I have seen it,
This
but
might-
I was like 13.
Really? Didn't it?
Wait, no.
It just come out like
I'm thinking of what's the? Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of the Netflix, the Iron Fist.
The Marvel thing,
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
No, okay, no. This is the one with Zac Efron.
and he looks
As-
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I've heard good things about this
This is
with the brothers.
This is probably one of the few movies that actually made me like tear up
Mm-hmm.
because of how sad it is, and it's like a true story. I'm not going to spoil too much because like usually it just goes dives right in. It's just a bunch of like brothers who are like professional boxers, I would say
Wrestlers.
Yep. And just tough life for all of them. I mean, it is
Yeah.
probably one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
Do you prefer Iron Claw or Raging Bull?
Iron Claw.
The Iron Fist.
No, I love me some Raging Bull. It's
It's
got some good cinematography.
and so does Iron Claw.
I have to watch it.
You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Zac Efron. Who else? I forgot. Oh, Jeremy Allen Wallen.
That's the guy from The Bear, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, my number 5. Is this 4 or 5?
5.
Okay, gang. My number 5 is Whiplash.
All right.
Whiplash did make my top 10. I saw this movie for the first time 2014, not in theaters.
Whoa. You saw Whiplash when you were like 9?
Yeah,
That's wild.
My great uncle David, bless his heart, love that guy. He's like a huge jazz guy too.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy, he has like 42 guitars.
What a
He
guy.
lives in Puerto Rico.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
No, he's chill. But at the time, he lived in San Diego, and I was coming to visit him, and he showed me and my brother Whiplash for the first time.
That's crazy.
And I remember really enjoying that movie, especially at being really young. The reason I probably liked it when I was that young was I was like, oh, it's this funny swear words.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to watch this, and I probably shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But now, rewatching it when I'm older, we're rewatching it tonight.
Yeah,
actually, in
we are
theaters,
seeing a showing of Whiplash tonight.
for the 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
But no, it's a spectacular film.
Yeah.
Um,
Just an absolute vision from a director. It's crazy.
and the fact that it used to be like a super short film as well, and
Mhm.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
When he read the script for the short film, that he was paid very, very minimal money to be there on set for the short film. The fact that he was just like all in because like the script that landed like on his desk just happened to be like gold. I don't know. It's just a fantastic film, and I'm super excited to rewatch it tonight, especially on the big screen.
Oh yeah,
it is unfortunate it's not in IMAX.
I know it's just a standard showing, but I mean, we got to take what we can get. Seeing Whiplash in a movie theater.
Okay,
That's special.
gang, we have about 25 minutes left.
All right,
so we need to.
I'm gonna
screw up.
This is another Stephen King story, but it's not.
We can make our like last two longer ones.
Okay.
As long as we go a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that. This is a Stephen King movie, my number 4, but it's not a horror movie. My number 4 is The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This movie fills me with just a sense of hope and like just gratitude for being alive. It's awesome.
That's insane.
I've never seen The Shawshank.
This is okay. I know we said up front that we weren't going to judge people for not seeing things, but like this is a Madman movie to not have seen. I would just highly recommend that at some point.
I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption. I haven't seen Fight Club. I haven't seen Schindler's List.
You're good on Fight Club, dude.
I haven't
You don't
seen
need to
The
see Fight Club.
Godfather or The Godfather 2.
Haven't seen Iron Man 6. Oh wait, no.
You haven't seen Skibbity Toilet 2, Electric
Have
Boogaloo?
you ever seen Skibidi Toilet episode 42?
Transformers 4.
Holy shit.
Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a great movie. It's got a really stacked cast full of people that you might not recognize by name, but they all do a great job. So Shawshank Redemption is just like peak cinema W movie. There are scenes that are really hard to watch though, and that's why it's not higher up. It's definitely prison violence scenes that are like gratuitous, and it's just like unfortunate. But I love it. So, what's your number
I
4?
also love your use of words. Gratuitous.
My vast lexicon is unparalleled by the common man.
Jackson does not like that.
Yeah, so
Or Kai.
Axe Lexicon. Wish you were here, Jackson.
so we have another co-host of this pod. His name is Jackson. He couldn't be with us tonight, but
we took the creative liberty because our schedules are so busy to. This is important to tell the pod too.
Right.
That if we're able to record a pod with at least 2 people, then just like go for it. We're gonna alternate, so you might see new faces. You might see some of us go away for a second and come back. It'll be interesting.
yeah, we're gonna have a constantly changing dynamic and chemistry between us because of who will be here and who won't be here.
Maybe
throughout.
guests too.
Yeah, guest
Mr.
appearances.
Wendland, come on.
Mr. Wendland.
Oh wait,
dude.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Mr. Wendland.
I know Mr. Wendland and J Rose. I hope you're watching. I'm gonna send this to you if you're still watching at this point.
Yeah.
We want to have either one of you or both of you on the podcast, and
You pick the movies. We do not care.
you just need to
Pick the topic. Pick whatever you want to talk about. We just want to talk with you. We miss you.
And for anyone that doesn't know, Mr. Wendland was our high school film teacher.
So is J Rose. And
Yes,
there's just
she's the parapro, but
okay.
actually, but she's the sweetest lady, and
Yeah.
love Mr. Wendland. Okay.
What are we on? Top 4?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Number 4.
I'm going to go with La La Land.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
The ending was peak.
It-
Not actually peak, but it was like...
It's one of those movies
It piqued
where
my tears.
yeah, peak.
it's one of those movies where it's like you don't get the satisfying ending you want.
Right.
And I think we need to see that a lot more in like film nowadays. You don't get like, I'm not going to try to go on a crazy monologue here,
Yeah.
but like a lot of the times like films and like plays and everything, they're all written in the like very same way where it's like the acts are set up in a certain way where it's like at the end you think they're going to fail. So maybe they do fail a little bit and then in the end they win and they come back. But you do not get that with La La Land.
Right.
I mean, they both get their happy ending, but they don't get their happy ending together, which as an audience member you want.
That's another reason. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, Damien Chazelle, director of La La Land and Whiplash, that's why Whiplash works so well, because it's simultaneously like a triumphant ending and also like this dude lost his girlfriend, his family connections.
But you also don't know what happened after that. It leaves a lot up to the imagination.
Did you know that there's a deleted epilogue at the end of Whiplash?
Not.
Okay, I'm just going to go into a mini tangent here if you don't mind. they cut this because they thought it was too depressing, but there was supposed to be not like an end credit scene, well, maybe an end credit scene, but J.K. Simmons was supposed to deliver a eulogy for Miles Teller's character because he got in a car crash at age 34. He was like, it was written that he died just from uncontrollable circumstances, and it's basically a cautionary tale. Don't get your head so far up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dude, my butt itches. I'm sorry, man.
we're leaving that though.
It's warm in here, dude.
It's gotten colder.
Huh?
John Legend in La La Land.
Yeah.
I don't really like the fact that a lot of artists are in movies. I don't know. That's just a hot. I know it's like
I feel like that one worked because I don't really like John Legend.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to like him.
Yeah.
I'm saying like Lady Gaga.
In the new Joker movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who else was?
What's her name? Ariana Grande in Wicked.
No, for sure.
It's just
Which I think that one works a little bit more than others because it is Wicked.
yeah. It just doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-opted with Ryan Gosling. It was like peak cinema.
That's peak, dude.
The music was really good. The cinematography was great. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but this one really just like. This one was high up,
Okay.
so.
For sure.
I'm not going to try to talk about this too much because we're entering territory now in my list where it's a mixture of films that I genuinely think are so good and films that I've just admired since I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm in the
Is,
same.
is Rocky territory. And this is like part of this where we're like, you don't have to like these. This could be a hot take.
Okay.
My number, was it 4?
Yeah.
My number 4 is Back to the Future.
Yeah, dude. I low key considered it for my number 1, and my train of thought actually pushed it like to my 20th favorite movie. It was weird.
It
but-
is a spectacular movie. I rewatched it with a couple of my friends that haven't seen it, and rewatching it, like especially like with like the whole like plot, like with his mom like wanting to make out with him.
I know.
That like definitely was like.
It's
But
a-
like, it's just one of those movies that I've liked since I was a kid. I don't need a reason to explain why I like it. It's just, it's been one of those movies.
it just is so good. Like there's really no like just watch it, and it's self-evident why it's so good. I mean, just
Yeah.
it's classic for a reason.
All right, let's try not to stick too down on these. We can talk. We can talk.
Bro said let's not to.
We have 18 minutes.
Shoot. Okay.
Gotta hustle.
My number 3. I won't talk too long about it because I'm not sure either of you have seen it. But my number 3 is Psycho.
Heard of it.
The Hitchcock movie. It's bonkers. It's like arguably the first slasher movie. It's like plot twist after plot twist, and what it did for movies at the time. Like this movie broke boundaries in ways that movies hadn't been done before. It's the first movie to show a toilet flushing. Which
Wow.
no. I'm just saying like no. All I'm saying is like that's just an example of the things it did that were not socially cool at the time that have
Yeah.
obviously now you can see a toilet flushing in a movie. Also, it's a movie where like people got murdered and blood was shown in 1960. So that was
Yeah.
kind of a huge step for like all of movies. Anyway, it's like it's really that good anyway. It's also the first movie to have one of the first movies.
Surprised I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's one of the few movies I've seen that has the guts to kill the main character in like half an hour. I'm just like, there's a main character for like half an hour, and then the rest of the movie just like bounces between a few different people. It's super cool.
It's like a
Anyway, yeah, you're number 3.
The Warriors.
Yeah, dude, I love The Warrior.
Classic film. I mean, I just think that a lot of films back in the day didn't go as much into like city-wise, like, and like the costumes were insane. Like,
Dude.
I kind of like how like it was like an adventure, almost like point A to point.
Yeah, literally the whole movie is them trying to get from one place to another, and just all the obstacles in their way.
It was like
It's
different like.
there's different gangs trying to kill them.
Basically like a bunch of gangs trying to like beat each other up because there was a main guy that like took control of all these gangs in New York, and someone killed him. And some random dude blamed it on us, the Warriors. That's what
They're like one of the gangs.
city and trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like a race to the.
Have you seen John Wick 4?
Peak.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, if you have, The ending of John Wick 4 is like an homage to the Warriors because he's trying to get from one place to another, and everybody in Paris is trying to kill him. And with the lady on the radio, that's another.
That's one I wanted to mention too.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting John Wick 2 or 4 on my list, but anyway, yeah, great movie. The Warriors is great.
Okay, my number 3, another one of those things that similar to Back to the Future. My number 3 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
W.
I love that movie. My last Halloween costume was Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, you could rock that.
I see him, and I don't know. It's just a spectacular movie. It's like the fourth wall breaks are done so tastefully.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know. I think the script was like written really quick too.
It feels like
it definitely yeah, it feels like it, but it feels like in a good way. It almost feels like you're there with him, where you're like, okay, I have all this time. You have the length of the movie, and you're like, I don't really know what to do with it. So they're just kind of messing around, and then they actually like build a plot off of that. And I don't know, it's just I don't need to explain why I like it.
Yeah.
It's just such a good movie.
Some classics just speak for themselves. Yeah.
But yes, I know.
It's just a hangout movie. It's just a chill. Yeah.
Number 2.
My number 2 is the original, the very first Star Wars movie from 1977.
Oh,
I didn't know we could do I didn't know we could.
No, I'm the first Star Wars movie. For episode 4, A New Hope. For those not in line with
it was groundbreaking.
Yes.
For film.
But the thing that's so weird about it is I think it made equal, if not more money than Endgame did, and no one it wasn't part of a franchise already. It was
that wasn't done before.
Yeah, it was the first movie of a franchise that made $2 billion. It's crazy. I know. And obviously, have you seen it?
I haven't.
It's been
When they explained how they did those stormtroopers and whatever. Remember?
What? The clone troopers
Sorry, man.
from the prequels.
We're talking about the first Star Wars episode.
Yeah, how they did it. Yeah.
What?
No, I'm lost.
Are you serious?
No, they're not CGI.
No, wait.
And I'll look it up later.
Okay, trust.
Just cut
Okay.
that.
Okay. No. All right. You're number 2.
No.
Oh, it's great, and we're saying this often now, but I think it really applies. Some classics just speak for themselves, and Star Wars Episode 4 is a banger. How much time do we have?
12 minutes.
We can do this. You're number 2.
Number 2 is Us by Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
A lot about it.
Yeah.
People don't like his films.
It's kind of I think Get Out is great.
It's fine.
I think he as a director is overhyped personally. But that's such a stupid opinion for me to have. I've only seen Get Out. But anyway.
But I just think that Us, the cinematography, the acting, and the ending is probably one of the wildest endings I've ever seen in any sort of film, because I just think it has the right amount of gore, because there's a lot of horror movies that just go into gore too much. They have too not that much gore
Or too much. Way over the top.
Yeah, it's comedic.
I feel like this movie specifically went into story and just a little bit of gore, but it was still super good.
Is it one of those things where it's they're okay, how can this complement the film rather than how can we put so much gore?
Yeah, exactly.
It was pretty good. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
You should.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is breaching the territory of where I didn't see this as a kid. So it has an actor in it that I hold dear to my heart.
This is your number 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm just going to give you a basic rundown really quick, since none of you have seen it. So it's Jim Carrey, and it's a very serious movie. Basically, these 2 lovers, they get in a nasty breakup. Essentially, it's more than just I don't like you. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically they break up. And it's I don't know how it's set. It's in the future a little bit. Basically, the girl undergoes this procedure to completely erase him from her memory. So she can't remember him at all. So then he goes to do the same thing. And as he's going through the procedure, it runs all of the memories back from basically then all the way to the beginning. And as he gets toward the beginning of the relationship, he realizes he doesn't want to forget her anymore. So then it goes through it. The way it's shot, though, it's not shot in order. It's a very broken movie, like in the sense that sometimes some things don't make sense. Things will just disappear. It's because it's like you're living it from his mind, and like the memories are being erased. So you're trying to piece together what's actually happening throughout the movie, and it is a spectacular movie.
That
Both of you
sounds
need to go
so
watch
good.
It is. It came out in early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But it's a really, really good movie, and they get kind of towards the end of the movie. This isn't like a huge spoiler because it's so fragmented. You realize that like it gets you wondering how long have they been in this loop?
Mm-hmm.
Like how many times have they like broken up and gone back together because they don't remember.
Yeah,
And you as the viewer, you kind of are trying to piece together what's going on because you don't remember.
that's so cool.
It's
I'm gonna have to watch this.
We'll have to watch it together or something.
Okay.
That'd be sick.
Giona, you're number one.
This is my number one movie of all time. It hasn't changed since last time. You think you remember it? My favorite movie of all time is Goodfellas.
Really?
Yes, this was the movie. Not to like geek out.
Overrated. No.
Shut. This is the movie.
Trash.
It's cinema, dude. It's
TikTok movie taste.
Shut up. This is the movie that made me realize that like I'm fully in on movies. Like this is like my thing now. I saw it at the perfect time in my life. As like I understand this. It's like it's a fun movie. It's comedic. It's got the right like violent streak, but it's not too gross. It's like it's just a really good mafia movie. Have you seen it? Okay. Have you? Okay. Yeah.
The one that like showed me it.
Yeah, I remember that now, actually. But basically, what it is like this kid kind of gets swept up in the mafia when he's like 13 years old, and you follow him for the next 3 decades as he like gets more powerful, but eventually like drug dependency takes him out. So it's kind of it's a tough hang because there's so many like violent moments and yeah. But the scene I quote the most often, it's not like a spoiler, but do you remember the scene when the house is getting raided and his wife flushes the cocaine down the toilet and he's like, they never, and he's like screaming at her. I do that whenever I lose something. I'm like, where did you put it? They never would have found it. And it's like, I don't know. I love it. Yeah. And it's so good. It's like a legitimately funny movie too. Like it might even be a comedy, but it's so well made. It's perfect. Anyway, you're number one, Jake.
Mine is kind of like it's falling into like we were saying,
Mhm.
it's like something that got me into movies, even though it came out kind of like 2017. It's Blade Runner 2049.
Yep.
I know that's kind of like
No, dude, that is so perfectly okay.
I just think that it got me into more like cinematography because I was into movies like way before, but
Get you into like movies that like actually make you think.
right,
Yeah,
I just-
intellectual.
It was so perfect to me. Like everything about it was just like
No, everything is on point.
like I don't care how slow it was.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Like I
Yep.
was more of the cinematography, the story, the acting, everything. Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas,
Yeah.
everybody.
Admittedly, it is a very slow movie, but that's not a bad thing. It ropes you in super hard, and you become invested with the Officer K, Agent K.
Felt him.
Yeah.
I was like,
You felt like him, maybe?
I felt him up actually.
Oh, he's literally. We have Ryan Gosling right here in the studio. Yeah, Drive. That could have been. It could have been top 10, but I've only seen it once, and I didn't want to give it the benefit of the doubt. So, Austin, you're number one. I have a guess, but I won't.
You guys definitely have heard me say this before.
I think I have.
Yeah.
It's Transformers 5.
No. So this is like, I think this makes sense that these are all our top ones because this is the movie that really was like a gateway into like more thought-provoking films.
Mhm.
And as a kid, I was like really obsessed with, and I talked about this earlier, Jim Carrey movies. I was a sucker for them. Most of them are comedies.
Mhm.
So when I watched this as a kid, going in expecting it to just be all comedy was definitely like, it hit me a little bit interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing this and I was like, what am I watching? And my number one is The Truman Show.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fantastic film. The cinematography and the way they hide the cameras on the sets makes it actually feel like you're just watching some dude live his life.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, it's basically about this guy that his entire life is documented as a TV show, but he doesn't know, and he slowly uncovers it. And it's not like thought provoking in the sense where it's like, oh, like is people watching me? It's more of like, I don't know. When I first saw it for the first time, and then there is comedy in it because Jim Carrey is just kind of a funny guy.
There are very lighthearted moments. Yeah,
but it's, I don't know, just like the whole side plot with like his dad and everything too.
Yeah.
It's just, it definitely was a gateway for me that like made me like think, okay, maybe this is like something I care more about. Like it was the transition for me from comedy films as a kid and like just like good feel good movies that I watched into stuff that have more serious tones and actually makes you think.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to applaud the Truman Show for not like leaning into the creepy element of a guy being watched all the time. It somehow makes it feel not like it makes the people watching him not feel as creepy. It just makes them feel like super invested in this person they've known all their lives. And even though that's like, it's definitely not okay that they film this dude without his knowledge or consent, but it's like you almost feel a little bit of a sense of loss for them too. It's like everybody has to move on and do different things now. It's like the audience will have to find someone new to gravitate towards, and Truman will have to like move
all
on.
These people that have like grew up with Truman their entire lives, like their life like basically like revolving around him, have to find something completely new.
Yeah. I think that's like a beautiful metaphor on like moving on from something or like growing up a little bit.
Transitional period.
Exactly.
We're transitioning
You're what?
Transitioning
Yes.
to podcast season, buddy.
Into our outro. We're
transitioning into our outro with 3 minutes left to spare on this terabyte SSD.
Yeah. So
What did you just say?
I thought we said no Talk Tool references on this podcast. Oops.
Okay. All right. Well, leave some comments down below if you have any, like, literally any questions about anything, or like you want to know our thoughts on anything. We'll go over them next episode, even though that's not going to be the full theme of this episode.
We can do
figure it out.
We can do segments definitely where we respond to viewer questions. I think
if you want to request like episodes to anything that you want us to talk about.
Yeah. No guarantees that we'll get to it. It might not be a topic that we're all interested in, but we will definitely consider everything you guys have to say.
It doesn't have to be about movies. It can be music. It can be.
I think we would strive as like a media podcast.
Yeah.
Not even so much like films, but we could do TV, music.
I'm so down.
Yeah.
And if you've made it this far,
if
somehow, please just subscribe. I know it's like corny, but like it's the best you can do to
look
support.
at this corny kid. Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
No, but I just want to say, like, if you have made it this far, legitimately, thank you. You guys are all real ones.
Time 2 minutes left, gang.
Before we all blow up and this.
Before it can't record anymore.
Before the kid from that movie blows up.
Before
black men.
Before the Korean man in the fields.
Hey, what?
Your words.
This is crazy. I promise we will try to not be so out of pocket constantly.
And
it's like
if you guys take offense to this, leave.
Yeah, that's kind of real.
You can leave.
We're not necessarily not PC, but we're also not necessarily PC. You get what I'm saying? I need help. Hey. No. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sigmas.